It's your girl Jazz.
It's your boy Iz.
Welcome to episode 8 of the Hot Talk Show. I hope everyone's having a good day. Thanks for tuning in. So today's topic is why modern day relationships don't last. And let's start with you, Iz. What's your male perspective on modern day relationships, and what do you think about modern day women?
I feel like modern day relationships is too based off on like standards. And like with modern day women, I connect the standards with more with modern day women. Modern day women have more standards than modern day men.
Think so?
Modern day men don't have standards like modern day women.
Okay, elaborate.
Because like women expect more from a man than a man expects from a woman. The only thing a man expects from a woman is to look good, bring me peace, and have good sex. A woman expects a man to have good money, quality time spent, be more like emotionally available and stuff like that. So I think it's more with the women have more standards than men.
Okay, that's your perspective. My perspective from a female standpoint, a lot of men want to move too quick. Like, you guys are in, not you specifically, but men are in like lusty energy where you can access everything you want, anything you want easily. So you're always going to have multiple options. A lot of men like to have multiple options. And when you do have options, I feel like you don't really focus on that one person and their qualities, whether it's things you like or don't like. Because if you find someone that you like, you're like, well, this person does this better, so I want to, like, you explore too much. You have too much to explore. You don't really stick to one thing. Right. So I don't even,
So you feel like so you just feel lust is the reason why, like, modern day relationships don't work nowadays based on the men's side because of lust? Like,
yeah, because you guys are visuals. So every day you're getting those visuals thrown in your face just based off of like social media. You know what I mean? Like, if you go on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, you can even like, they have OnlyFans for people now. Like, you can pay to see things that you like. And your mental is kind of corrupted by these things on a day-to-day basis. So when you have someone in front of you, you're comparing that to the social media lifestyle when it's unrealistic. It's not even real life.
So question is like, what do you feel that men expect from women nowadays?
Well, in my opinion, certain type of men expect a woman to be nurturing and to cater to them and to bring them peace. That's all I really ever hear. It's just
more the peace to me.
Peace. And it's hard for some women because if you're not honoring us or respecting us, if we don't feel like you're loyal to us, we're not going to be that peaceful.
But I know some men that can be all this loyal and all that. Some women just don't like bring that peace.
Oh, I mean,
like,
at the end of the day, it's dependent on that woman and that man. If you lay out on the table, these are my needs, and I need you to meet these needs, and we'll have like a copacetic, happy, amicable relationship. If those needs aren't being met, that's not what you're gonna get. So if someone is saying, hey, I don't like a man to go out and flirt, but they go out and flirt and then you see these things, of course the woman is then gonna be unhappy and her energy is not gonna be as peaceful. You have to meet that person's specific needs.
So you feel like modern day women don't have nothing to do with why relationships don't last?
No, absolutely.
It's all based on the men. It's the man's fault.
No, it's not.
It's always the man's fault.
It's not the man's fault. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just like, I'm giving an example of why men can play a part in relationships failing. Women, we do wrong too. Like, let's admit it. Like, we can be pretty toxic and controlling and expect too much from the jump. And I think women need to really take accountability on how we treat men. I can honestly take accountability and say, like, I was never taught how to treat a man. I'm studying and I'm figuring it out. it's difficult when you really don't know. Like I have no
Mm-hmm.
clue. I'm learning from the media and my experiences.
Right.
A lot of women need to take accountability for that shit. Like we don't know.
Yeah, that women take
We
accountability.
don't know.
Take accountability.
We do not know.
Yep.
And I think another reason relationships fail is because we don't really know what love is. Do you
So-
feel like you know what love is?
I know what love. I know what come with love. A lot of people probably know what come with love.
What comes with
of
love?
how to love, but they probably don't know what love. Support, care, respect,
Okay.
peace, committed. A lot of people, that's the most important way how to show love is being committed.
Being committed. In what way? Like emotionally,
Emotionally
sexually,
committed, sexually committed,
financially.
committed.
We're committed to achieving the same goal. That's one thing I think people don't really think about. Like, what is the purpose here? Like, what are we trying to achieve? Just loving each other? What about our...
love, lasting, long relationship. Forgiveness, foreverness.
Yeah, but are we like in the same purpose? Like, am I getting on this plane and we're going to the same destination, or are you looking to go somewhere else? Like, what is the main goal here? Are we trying to really be together and build a foundation,
Right.
see our kids, even if you want to have kids, like see our kids have kids and like set the tone for our bloodline? Like, what are we doing?
so
I
question-
think that deep.
So you feel like people can't be together, they gotta have the same vision and goals to be together? Like you feel they can't go separate ways with their personal goals, but yet still, I think it all comes by support. You support me and what you do with your life, and you support me.
I feel like our goals have to support each other in a way. Like, if I want to be a stripper and you're a preacher, like, how is that going to work? You know what I mean? Like, we
That's
have to
true.
have some type of similarities when it comes to our purpose.
I don't know what goals somebody want to do. I don't know. If out there, women
It
out
was
there
just
go
an example.
want to be a stripper. I don't know.
It was just
I be that
some
little
women do
example of,
want to be the best stripper they can possibly be.
I guess it's
In
probably some out there.
2022, of
Yeah,
course.
you're right. It's probably some out there.
Yeah,
It
I'm
doesn't
just
matter.
saying the point I was trying to make is we have to be going to the same like destination, focus on the same thing. I'm focused on having a solid foundation and a happy family that's financially well off.
Right.
Some people might not care about being financially well off. Some people just want stability, like just a peaceful, quiet home, no matter what's going on in the background. Like,
So what about social media though?
social media is a fucking mess. It's dividing and conquering relationships, even friendships. I don't think you should be so, unless you're using it for business, I don't think people should pay so much attention to social media. I've learned this throughout all my relationships. And only one of my relationships I can honestly say where we cut out social media, and it helped a lot. It helped a lot to not have, because you're always going to have people that want you, people checking for you, and if you know that you can get that attention elsewhere, you're not going to focus on the person in front of
But
you.
in reality though, like you kind of making you kind of like throwing yourself under the bus a little bit,
How?
because I think it's more depends on the individual if they allow social media to affect their relationship. If you know that you're faithful, committed, it don't matter what platform you're in the reality or social
Where they
media,
at? 'Cause I
that like
can't
you're
find them.
not gonna fall. So I feel like it's not the social media that messing up relationships. It depends on the individual though.
Yeah, but
But you got people like you got people that could be thirsty and hit you up in your inbox and all that, knowing you're in a relationship and you're not entertaining that bullshit.
right. So it depends on your mindset.
Depends on the individual
A
mindset.
lot of people's mindset are not where it should be because of social media. This is what I'm saying. Like, if you feel like you have access to everyone so easily, if you going through something at home,
you making it seem like that's an everybody thing. It depends on.
I said a lot of
the
people. I didn't say
person.
everybody.
But you said a lot of people, right?
Right.
Like I said, it depends on the individual.
Okay.
Because some individuals can say, I see this, I see short skirts, and I'm not gonna go on that person, that woman inbox, because I'm committed, I'm married.
So why even follow that person? Why be tempted?
You know how many people that be following people, like friends and all that, and they post up naked pictures and half naked pictures? Like, you can't control people post up.
I'm the type of person I
you
feel like
cannot control what people post up.
I followed a few people, even like pages like the Shade Room and all that. Like, I unfollowed those pages because I don't like the energy behind it. Like, gossiping and talking about people's bodies and shaming people. Like, I unfollowed them because it's like, what am I getting from this? So if I have someone that I'm following and they're constantly posting shit about witchcraft or fucking half naked and all that, I'm unfollowing them because you're not bringing anything positive to my feed. Right. So fuck out of here, like get off my feed.
You would actually really get upset about the type of person your significant other follow? Like, your significant other can't like control what somebody posts. Like, what if I'm following a close friend I knew, a homegirl I knew for man long, and she decided to post a naked
If your
picture.
homegirl's a hoe and a slut and wants to post her body, all right.
Sorry.
I'm mad judgmental. I'm mad judgmental. I'm sorry. I'm a Virgo. Listen, I'm mad critical. Listen, if you're, excuse me. That's my opinion, though.
But I'm saying you cannot control what your individual who they following, like what they post. You can't get mad at me because my homegirl decided to post up a naked picture and you want to scroll through my Facebook.
First of all, what makes them okay? So I would then ask you these questions.
Why you getting mad at me? That don't make sense.
Getting mad is out of. I wouldn't get mad. There's questions that need to be asked at this point. Why are you following this person? Why is she your homegirl? Do y'all talk on a regular basis? Because if I call a homeboy, that's because we talk on a regular. That's my homeboy. Like, we talk all the time. Like, I have your phone number. That's my homeboy. If you're just someone that I went to school with and I spoke to you in the past, or we speak here and there, I don't care about that connection, and I can easily unfollow you.
Right.
If you're causing chaos in my life, or like the energy is not really a positive energy, a positive tone, I can easily unfollow those people because I don't care about how many followers or friends I have. So unfollow, unfriend, all of that. I'll do all of that for if I'm in a relationship and I feel like it's not giving any positive energy towards it. I will easily unfollow you.
So other than social media, what else you think about some relationship fail?
A lot of people don't know their roles in relationships.
So all right, so we talk about roles, right? So what is the female role you feel in a marriage or in a romantic relationship? What should her role be though?
Depending on the relationship, because they have monogamous relationships, they have polygamy, polyamory, all this other crap that just came about. Well, not just came about, but it's more and more popular now than before, especially for our generation. In a monogamous relationship, because I'm not into all that other stuff, I feel like a female's role should be to be nurturing, to be supportive of what their husband, boyfriend, or whatever, what they're doing, and just be in the background, making sure everything is taken care of and making sure that man has a peaceful environment.
Like no cooking, clean, no good.
Absolutely.
All that,
I'm not skipping that because it depends on what the man is doing too. If the man is the full financial support system, like if you're out working all the time and I'm home majority of the time, I'm going to make sure, or do my best to make sure that the house is clean and we have food to eat and you have whatever you need when you come home. I'm going to make sure, or try my best to make sure that the kids are in bed and you have peace when you come home.
Right.
That's the female's role, I believe.
So what is the modern day role of a male nowadays? Because we live in a modern day society.
Right.
So what is the modern day role you feel like a man should bring in a relationship?
Be financially supportive.
That's mainly, it's so sad though.
Be financially supportive, emotionally supportive. Yeah, a lot of females are emotional.
So you think 6-figure men can be emotionally supportive? You think they can make time to be
emotionally
emotionally supportive?
I don't know. 6-figure men, that's different. No. I don't know too many of those, but from my understanding, like, men who make 6 figures or more, they don't have time to cater to a woman in that way because they're always out working. And I don't think a female dating a 6-figure man should expect that. And you should definitely expect to get cheated on because it's women coming at them boatloads of women coming at them. So I don't think women should expect those type of men to be faithful. You kind of just gotta roll with the punches. Like, what you want, a man to make a lot of money or a man to be loyal?
Yeah, like it's like
You can't have.
you
can
have
have
both, but it can't come with both. Like
if that man is
impossible for it to
spiritual
be both.
and really like believe in certain things,
right, I get you.
then
Yeah.
you got that man. But
Right.
if he's like clouded and his judgment towards women is way off and he's not that masculine, 9 times out of 10 you gonna get cheated on.
So like, cause I think like one of the reasons why relationships don't last nowadays because it's just the growing independence of like women. Like I'm not trying to be sexist though. Like I said, because I personally feel no attack on women. Don't come at me. I personally feel ever since women started able to work and have jobs like a man, they feel like they don't need no man. But yet they keep forgetting that, all right, you can have all the money, you can work like a man, but when you're in a relationship, the problem is that like, it's some things that women can't physically do like a man. Let's be honest. Like if a door breaking and all that, 9 times 10 women don't have the strength to fix a broken door.
I can.
You're a small percentage. I'm talking about majority of women can't really. They drive on feminine energy so much that they don't have the ability to fix a door, fix something that's broken. So you need a man.
I don't think that's feminine energy. I think that's just not having common sense. That's just common sense. You can open up a book or go on YouTube and they can teach you how to put a door together, put the door in the hinges, screw it in, all that.
But women
That's
not
common
physically showing them to do that.
I've fixed so many things in my home without calling.
But that's you though.
But I'm
like a lot of like what I'm saying is right.
There's a lot of women like me.
I'm trying to get people to understand that money is not
That's kind of
everything.
sexist.
It's not sexist.
Yes, it is. That's
No, it's not. It's some things that women can't really do, physically do that they need a man for. Like you think a woman who, I promise them, you think a woman that have all the money, independent, if her door break, right? And women that's not known for fixing stuff, don't have the knowledge of fixing stuff. Who the first person you gonna call? Her uncle, a brother, somebody, her father? Oh, my brother, can you come fix my door for me because it's broke?
I don't know because I've never lived that life where I didn't just do things on my own. So a lot of men would consider me masculine because I can do the things that women are supposed to ask men to do by myself. I don't even call my super for anything because I will Google it and YouTube it before I call and ask for help.
So what are some character traits of a masculine woman though? Like what is a masculine? Like what's some character traits of masculine women show?
Well, to my understanding, yo bro, what up my nigga?
Mm-hmm.
Like women that talk like that.
Really?
So
I just thought that sounded okay.
some guys don't like that. I've dated people that don't like the way I speak. They were turned off by how I speak. They were like, "You're a hood booger." I'm like, "This is how I talk. This is how I grew up. I grew up in Bedside. I don't know any other lingo." Women that don't ask for help. I don't ask for help.
They can do it all.
Yeah, we can't. Women that are independent, we can't do it all. Pertaining to certain things, not like silly shit like putting a door together and fixing your toilet. That's common.
I'm not saying that women
That's
can't
just a
do
skill.
it.
That's a skill.
But I'm just saying that
it's
it's some things that you need a man for. That some women that don't want to really they don't want to do that. So they think, oh, okay, I got the money and all that. I'm independent. I don't need no man. But keep forgetting that there's some things that you actually still need a man for.
Yeah, like the
fix stuff and all that
companionship,
stuff.
not just fixing things. Like the companionship from a man, because you don't want that from a female unless you swing that way. But like, independent women get lonely, and we want to lay up under a strong man that can help us do those things and that actually want to. But we're not out there actively looking like, can you fix my sink? Can you fix my door? Can you do that for me? We're not actively doing that.
I'm not saying they are, but I'm just trying to point that.
We could do it without y'all.
I'm telling you, it's some things that.
But we low-key need y'all.
Right, y'all just think because
actually.
money and all that, or you know, can't. But y'all feel like just because I got the money, I'm independent, or I can take care of myself. But knowing that some things that I can't do without a man. You can't even have a baby without a man. If you want a family, can you do that without a man?
Absolutely not.
Exactly. So
I mean,
still
in
need a mate.
2022,
And that's what, but
you can just get sperm from
you
a
still need a
sperm
man.
bank.
Who you still need a man to make that
But
happen.
you don't
right?
actually need them physically. You just use their sperm.
I'm just.
I'm
trying to really.
you
remind
guys
you
are
still
the
need a
seed.
man and
We are the
certain stuff.
soil. We need each other. We need each other. We
Mm-hmm.
need each other. And I don't know how it came to this point where we think that we don't. Like, I needed all the men that I dealt with, I needed them for some specific reason. Even though we didn't work out. And then to this day, like, I love those people unconditionally. That's another thing.
Right. Yeah, let's talk about that.
That's
Let's talk
another
about unconditional love. Yeah,
There's a difference, guys. There's a difference
difference,
between
okay.
just loving someone and loving someone
Everybody know that.
unconditionally. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I still love every person I've ever dealt with. I love family members that did me wrong. I love friends that did me wrong.
Suppose.
And I don't treat them, I don't feel any differently about them. I just keep my distance because I know it's not a peaceful energy to be around. And let's go back to like relationships, like with exes. Do you still love your exes? Like, do you still have love for them?
Yeah, I don't really throw the word love. That's a dangerous word to throw around. I say care. You say
Dangerous?
care.
Why is it dangerous?
Bro, love
You're
ain't a
supposed
word
to
to
love
play with.
everyone. It's all
You can't
kumbaya.
just say that because people get the wrong idea. Like, you talking
No, I
about an
wouldn't.
ex. If your ex here, you still love them, they going to get the wrong idea.
That's
Come on,
your
let's be real.
ego.
It's not an ego.
Because love always
text
conquers all.
If you text your ex, be like, I still love you.
Why would I text
Right,
my
you
ex
might
that?
not be in love with them, but you text your ex, I still love you.
If I'm not with
They
someone,
gonna get the wrong there saying, you know what, this person still want to be with me and stuff like that,
How?
or she still got them type of romantic feelings. You can't just throw the word love out there. That's really dangerous.
But that's
you get people the wrong idea.
That's why. That's your ego, though.
That's not no ego.
That is your ego because we're all supposed to. All right. So this is just my standpoint of
you
love. Like, we're all supposed to love each other
You know that, but that
unconditionally.
There's some words that
not
you
that
cannot-
fake conditional. I got an attachment to you, love, and I can't let you go because I'm attached to you. Like, it has to actually be like a free will love. Like, I learned this the hard way. Like, you can't say you love somebody and then when they're not doing something that you want them to do and you treat them like shit. No, all right, cool. That's what you want to do. I don't like it, but I mean, it kind of hurts my feelings, but that's cool. Do you. Like, I'm going to let you go. I see this is what you want to do. I can't fight it no more. Like, I have to understand that this is what makes you happy, and I'm gonna let you go, but I still love you.
So you think somebody who you're gonna be with want to hear that you still love your ex? You think
That's
they gonna
not-
put it that? I'm just saying, it's certain words that you can't just throw the word love out there. 'cause
If
some
I'm
people
with
get
someone,
the wrong idea.
I hear you. No, I completely understand that, and that means I
just throw
am
that
not
word
meant
out
to
there.
be with that person. Because if you can't understand that, if I was with someone and I love them unconditionally, not fake conditional love. Like, if I love them unconditionally. And if you specifically ask me if I still love my exes, and I say, yes, I still love them, but I don't want to be with them. I'm not in love. It's a different kind of love that I have for people. It's not this modern day
Just say
love.
you still care.
I'm not changing my words to make you comfortable. No.
So, question to you, right? So, don't you feel like, what do you feel how people are when it comes to unconditional love? So, it's unconditional love is, non-unconditional love is one of the reasons why relationships don't last?
Absolutely, because we don't understand love anymore. It's really, so to my understanding, if something makes you uncomfortable, it's like you're supposed to sit in that energy and you'll thrive in it. Not in like a toxic sense. You know when something is toxic and it's not right for you. For instance, like I had really bad attachment issues to like some of the people that I've dealt with. And what I learned from it is I can't hold on and make someone do something and expect them to do something just because I want it. I don't control you. You have to do what makes you happy. And even if that makes me unhappy, that's attachment issues. That's not love. So I said to myself, if I really love this person, if I do care about them like how I say I do, I have to let them just be free and do their own thing.
Okay. So what, I'm sorry to cut you off. So you feel you can love somebody unconditionally without being with them?
Absolutely.
I disagree with that. That's not unconditional love. That's you still always have love for them. But that's not like, that's you actually saying, I'm going to put you first instead of me first. If I know that this union is not happy no more, I'm gonna put you first. I'm caring about you to let you go. I love you enough to let you go.
Right.
To me, unconditional love is even if you're down or low, be going through hard problems financially or problems in areas in our relationship.
Right.
I'm still gonna be with you as your man, and I'm still gonna be your girl. But we still gonna have this union.
No.
I lose a leg, I'm still gonna be your wife. I'm still gonna be your girl.
I mean, no.
How can you love somebody unconditionally?
Because if you're with someone and they don't want to be with you anymore, and they're like, "Hey, I'm unhappy with you. I'm gonna start cheating on you if you don't fix this, and I want to see other people."
So you think,
and if you don't want that, but if that's what they want to do, this is what I mean. If that's what they want to do, you have to then not be selfish and be like, okay, fine.
So that's you not being selfish.
That's me not being selfish and loving you enough to let you go. Cool, that's what you want to do? Even though I don't want you to fucking do it, I'm going to let you do it.
Right, but...
Not let you, I'm going to just let you be free.
This is the real way how, if you want to be unconditional, that you should do it. Like, and it might be wrong in some people's eyes, but I might sound crazy in some people's eyes, though. This is unconditional love. Mm-hmm. I know that I cannot meet your needs in certain ways, though, right?
Uh-huh.
And you say this and that, but I still want to be with you as your girl.
Right.
Being that I can't meet your needs, so if you want to still do certain things that which I'm really not cool with, like, because I love you so much that I want your needs met, but yet I still want to be with you.
Right.
That's unconditional love. I don't believe in that. You could break up with somebody and say you love them unconditionally. That don't make sense to me.
You can, because you
can still love them.
You still have boundaries. You still have to respect my boundaries. Like if I don't, I still have to respect my own boundaries. I can't be a people pleaser and be like, all right, cool, that's what you want to do. Even though I know I can't deal with it, I'm still going to deal with it. No, then I'm just being a people pleaser. I want you to be happy, and then I'm forgetting about my own happiness. Still think about yourself. Still think about yourself, because you're supposed to put yourself first. In any relationship, you have to be happy, and your cup has to be full in order to fill someone else's cup. Like in a relationship, I feel like I'm happy, and I just want you to add to my happiness.
Right.
I don't want you to make me happy. I just want you to add to it.
Right.
And I don't think a lot of people get that. I think we just go out there looking for someone to make us happy, and that's not how it works.
So I'm gonna say one more thing. So you know marriage nowadays, right?
I don't know a lot of married people. So.
What do they say in marriage, for better or worse? As being in a marriage, not love me unconditionally, or for better or worse, me and you being not together and you still gonna love me for better or
For
worse.
rich or for poor.
Right, to being togetherness. Unconditional love is I'm loving you despite certain circumstances, I'm sorry, but yet we're still in a union.
Okay.
If you're not with a person because they have certain issues, like you feel like you can't be this person, boyfriend or girlfriend anymore, husband or wife anymore, because they have certain flaws and issues, then you don't love them unconditionally. You would still love them and have love for them and care for them. You know what I'm saying? But you don't love them enough to love them on the basis of the certain conditions.
Okay, so there's a difference. Being boyfriend and girlfriend, like exclusively dating, and being in a marriage is two different levels of commitment. If we're just
what? It's just a title. You really, because that's the case. We gotta stop saying, I might sound crazy, that cheating on your girlfriend is wrong. Because real commitment in reality is cheating on your wife. It's not cheating on your girlfriend.
If we don't take our vows in front of God to stay together through thick and thin, richer for poor, if I don't have that commitment with you, I was about to say if I don't have a ring on my finger, I don't care about shit like that. I don't care about like rings and stuff like that. But if we don't make a commitment to God, to the higher power, to really ride this out, you got, in my opinion, do what you want. That's how I know how you feel about me.
Right.
I know how you feel about me, and if you really want to be with me, if I give you the free will to do what you want.
Right.
And that was my problem in a lot of relationships. I was trying my hardest to control the men that I was dealing with, that I didn't actually let them be themselves. So I think the control actually kept them in a
So,
box.
is that one of the reasons why
and
I don't last
they
either?
rebelled.
Control. Is it more control?
It was more control in my sense. So I've learned that through my therapist. Thank you so much.
Right.
I was very controlling, and majority of my relationships expecting too much.
Right.
And a lot of women do that. I know a lot of women that do that. And you scare them away. You have to give people their free will.
Right.
And you'll know how they feel about you and if they really want to be with you based off of their actions if you just let them do them.
So what about what do you feel is the unrealistic expectations like nowadays?
Unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, what is
Love
that?
is not just rainbows and like Skittles and we're happy all the time. Like you're gonna wake up and not fucking like your partner one day.
Right.
Like you're gonna wake up and be like, bro, like give me my space. Like just chill. Like you on me all day, every day. Like it's gonna come a time where that honeymoon phase and that infatuation stage is really not there.
Right.
Then what? You're going to find something else, you're going to get bored and jump ship. That's what a lot of people do. They don't stick with that person because they're bored, because they know they have other options and access to other people.
Right.
Especially if they're like jump from relationship to relationship and you didn't close that chapter and you still got this person lingering over here and this person over here and I could talk to this person on Facebook. Oh, she on my dick on Instagram, so I have all these people. You're not going to stick around when it really comes to like the nitty gritty part of love. You're not going to. I'm guilty of it. Like
I'm guilty of it. But my unrealistic expectations to me nowadays when it comes to like, I just feel like people expect forever happiness. Like, you know, this person always gonna be happy.
right,
This person ain't never gonna go through nothing, not gonna have bad days.
right.
Like people expect it to just be like one-sided of happiness. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not one-sided, and you have to understand that people have unhealed traumas.
Right.
That's probably going to
Unhealed,
come
yeah.
up in that specific relationship
Right.
because you triggered them a certain way, and you have to understand like, well, what's bothering you? How can I help you? Instead of just being like, yo, you're always unhappy.
Right,
You're
right.
always
I agree.
negative.
I agree.
What's wrong? Like, instead of judging them, try to find out like what's wrong. I dealt with someone that had a lot of mental health issues, and I actually threw in their face once when I was mad.
That's it.
I threw in their face something that was really traumatic to them, and it really hurt them. Like, I didn't know how to deal with their mental health issues.
Yeah, what'd
and
you say?
I feel like when you are in a tough spot where you can't really understand someone, like, go to therapy. Like, ask someone that's going through similar situations, do your research, because I took it lightly. I took it very lightly, and it really affected that person.
Right.
And just realize that men and women go through mental health illnesses. It's real, especially men. I feel like y'all have it a little bit worse sometimes because y'all not allowed to express your emotions.
That's because we all like a man would deem soft if he don't express himself.
Yeah,
Like,
if he
do
does.
I'm sorry for that. If he do express himself, look, men not supposed to have feelings for something. I don't know what society get that from. That's why
That's
people
supposed to
feel
be macho.
macho, but it's not. Men cry.
Men
I
cry all
said
the
real
time.
men cry.
Supposed to.
Yeah,
So those are emotions that you're supposed to let out. And I think because men are expected to be this hard face and hard exterior, y'all are really like little soft little teddy bears on the inside that just want to be hugged. Accepting versus settling. Do you think it's the same thing in a relationship?
I think it's the same thing.
Why?
Because, like, if you have to, they both go with something that you don't really want,
Okay.
right? But you're gonna stay in something that you didn't really want. So, example, like, if you look at acceptance, even outside of relationships, I feel like if you gotta accept a job, a certain job, like you wanted a certain job, right? Let's say you wanted a bank job, and you couldn't get the job. You didn't get hired, so now you have to get another job. And you got hired at another job that you didn't want. You didn't prefer this job, but you know that you need money in your pockets. So you're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to accept that. I didn't get the bank job for now. But I'm going to get this job that I did get because I need money in my pockets.
Right. So it all depends on your energy when you go to that other job. So while you're at the other job that you didn't really want, how are you moving? Like, how's your energy? Are you grateful? Do you appreciate it? You're like, okay, cool. I don't got the job that I want, but I'm going to accept that this is what I have for now.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so settling is different because if you didn't get that bank job, you're not going to go work at McDonald's and settle for that job until you get something else that you want with the energy of, oh man, I can't stand this job. I'm unhappy here. I really, the energy behind it is not the same.
It's not. It's like, all right, like
it's not the same. If I accept something in a relationship, I'm lovingly and willingly and happily saying that this is okay with me. I'm not going to complain about it every day. It's not going to make me unhappy. I'm willingly going to deal with whatever comes with you and accept it with a positive energy behind it. If you say you're settling, that's kind of condescending. You're basically saying like, all right, I'm going to settle for this for now. You're basically going to be the bench warmer for now. Or I'm unhappy in this situation right now, and hopefully I get something different. Or I'm just going to be unhappy in this situation. That's silly. Why settle?
So you don't think like some people could start off accepting, then end up feeling like they're settling?
I mean,
like you don't think that could be possible? You could start off like you're accepted, but as soon as you find out that you're not happy and you feel like you're settling, like that's not possible?
No, that's very possible. I believe that's possible. But then you have to figure out what you want to do. Like, don't sit there and settle because you're going to make the other person unhappy because you're unhappy.
I just feel like they fall kind of under the same. If you feel like you got to accept somebody for who they are, to me, it's like you kind of still settling for somebody who they are. Because in reality, that's not your preference. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're going past your certain standards of what you want in a relationship. So they both have the same type of meaning. You could say the mindset is different, but they both mean like the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you accepting that you still going over your preference. Like you accepting something that you're selling for something that you don't prefer. You're accepting something that you don't prefer. Right. It's the same thing. If I gotta accept you, that means that you're not my preference, or like you it's something thing that you're missing in some areas that I'm used to or want, but I gotta accept that you don't have it. Okay. So what do settling mean? What does settling mean to you? Like, what does it mean, though?
I told you, it's condescending. It's like you saying to me, you don't accept this, but you're going to deal with it for whatever reasons you want to deal with it, but you're not in a happy energy dealing with it. Like, it's condescending. It's a difference between someone saying, hey, I accept that this is what you come with, and I'm just going to work with you, and we'll work through it together, and then someone saying, I feel like I'm settling. That energy is different. You're basically saying that you could have something better, but you're choosing to be here. Nobody wants to hear that. If you're going to say you're settling for me, then bounce.
So you don't feel like somebody say I accept you, back in the mind, they don't feel like I feel I can still have better, even though I feel that I accept you.
If you're with someone and you feel like you can have better, get on with your life. Why are you even with that person?
But it gets the same thing in turn when you feel you got to accept somebody. Like, you think somebody want to hear I accept for who you are?
Absolutely. I would like someone to say to me, I accept you for who you are. I love you regardless of what you come with. We're going to work it out. Instead of saying, you know what, Jazz, I'm settling and I'm just going to deal with what's coming. Don't say settling.
Who really going to say settling?
Never.
Who really going to say that?
A lot of people.
Don't you? And people hide behind the word acceptance, but in reality, they really in their mind think they settling though.
All right, so then that's between them and God, and they have to figure that out.
So you don't possibly feel
and
like acceptance is like, I feel acceptance is about actions, because you have people who will say I accept you, then when shit hit the fan, then now they acting all frustrated. They don't want to be with the person no more. So don't you think, like, I'm sorry to cut you off. Don't you think like it's possible that people could just say I accept you because they don't want to really say that, feel like they're settling, but back in their mind that they could still feel like they're settling though?
Right, then you're not being real with yourself or me. or the person that you're with. You're not being real. You're not being authentic. If you feel like you're settling, say that and like let the person go. Go find what you feel like that can be better instead of sitting in a situation where you feel like you're settling because you're gonna make yourself and the other person unhappy.
But why can't you look at it a different way? Like if somebody feel like they settling, like you can't change the way how they feel. Like you're not gonna try to change the way how they feel. Like why? This modern day stuff is like. Don't really want to work like that. All right, if I'm not this for you, then go ahead, go find somebody else. Like I feel like people don't want to fight for their relationships no more.
If someone tells me they're settling, I would much rather. If you want me to fix it, there's a different way to go about it. Don't tell me you're settling. Be like, hey, there's certain things that I don't like within our relationship. I don't like that you do. Can you please like improve this? Don't say I'm settling for you and I could have better, but I'm choosing you. That's condescending as shit. That's really condescending, and it's not a good energy to bring into a relationship because now your significant other is going to be like, well, if you feel that way about me, why are you with me?
All right, so it depends on how long y'all been. So what do you do with somebody for like 6-7 years, and they say, you know what, I'm starting to feel like I'm settling for this relationship that I'm not. I used to be happy. But now, like, I know that you can't give me what I want anymore, so I'm starting to feel like I'm settling. So would you, like, change it? So does it depend on, like, the timing of how long y'all been together? Because like, somebody just feel like saying that when y'all first on the get-go, of course you're like, go ahead, nigga, bye, you don't got to be here.
Right.
But what if, like, y'all been together for, like, a certain amount of time?
Of course. You should.
So you want to try to change the way how that person feels?
You should talk to your partner. If y'all together for years and years and years, of course, why let all those years go down the drain for something that's probably minor? Right. You know, half of these problems that we be having in relationships be minor. Right. You can fix it over time, but nobody wants to stick around and fix it. It can be fixed. Just talk to your partner and say, I don't think you should say you're settling. I think you should say you want it to be fixed. Like, I need you to fix this. And because it's something that's making me unhappy. That's it.
Because it could be the way how the person say it. Well, they be like, oh, babe, like, you know, I'm feeling a little unhappy lately. It's starting to feel like I'm settling for this. Like, can it depend on how they say it? Or the person say, I feel like I'm settling now. Like, and they come to you soft, like, babe, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, it's starting to feel like I'm a little settling. I want more than this, but you're not making me happy in certain things no more. I'm starting to feel like I'm settling. Like, can it be the way how they say it? Is it the word or the way how they say it?
Settling period is going to resonate. That's just me personally. If you say you're settling period, it's just not going to sit well with my spirit. I'm going to be like, okay, cool. Like,
Gotcha.
I'm going to ask you, why do you feel that way? But 9 times out of 10, I'm an emotional person. I'm very sensitive. It's going to hurt my feelings. And now I'm going to start to build some kind of like negative energy towards you. Unfortunately,
I get it.
It's just not something you should say to another person that you love. When you want to communicate something negative to somebody, like I'm not happy anymore, think about their feelings first.
You're right.
You should always think about if I'm going to hurt their feelings or not. That shows that you actually love them.
I agree. Yeah.
So overall, modern day relationships don't last because of what? Like, in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, I could say like lack of patience, lack of communication. People not real before they date anymore. People want to be fake.
Yeah, no one's really authentic.
Nobody really authentic anymore. You go on a dates pretending who you're not,
right.
who you are.
You're not really
lashes
on.
Right. Or I mean, how much money you make. You know, you're not really that guy. You're not really that girl. Just be real.
Yeah, I agree.
People not real anymore.
I agree. It's being authentic and it's really figuring out what you want. A lot of people don't know what they want. Yeah. What do you want out of a relationship? Be real with the person that you're interacting with. If you want to just have sex, then say that. Don't jump into a commitment knowing that's really not what you want to do.
Right.
Be real with yourself. So overall, I think...
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
What about like a lack of understanding? Because what if somebody grew up different from you? Like, what if somebody, somebody grew up spoon-fed, but you dating somebody that didn't?
Kind of like Disappearing Acts.
Something like that.
Right. So there's a movie called Disappearing Acts with Sanaa Lathan and Wesley Snipes, and it has a lot to do with like modern day relationships, actually. So I wouldn't even say it's modern day. It's like relationships overall. It's about where you come from, your environment, what you're used to seeing.
I just feel like that because I feel like today's relationship, people don't stick by each other like they used to. Like,
No, we don't.
You don't have that much, and we talk about unconditional love. I feel like you don't have that much unconditional love nowadays. People give up like easily nowadays. You know,
because you have other options.
Yeah.
Everyone else is. I mean, everyone is accessible now.
Right.
That's just it. But when we was talking about disappearing acts, you said if you come from different backgrounds, if you love somebody, who gives a fuck what background you come from? Like, if you unconditionally loving someone, so what? You got money, I don't. You gonna help me get to where I need to be?
Somebody get where you need to be. No, I agree with that.
It's that simple.
I certainly agree. Yeah, I agree.
I feel like modern day relationships don't last because of the environment that you put yourself in, what you indulge in on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
If you're listening to music that's talking about options and this, that, and having sex with this person, that person, what you're watching on TV, what you feed your mind is what you're going to create. So if you're indulging in lusty energy that's not really conducive to like a committed union, that's what you're gonna end up with.
Right.
That's it.
I agree. That I agree with. That's the first time I agree with.
We always disagreeing, but
Yeah,
I feel like that's what we need. That's really what we need. So this has been another episode of the Hot Talk Show. Thank you for tuning in. Good night.
Good night.